The GoPro Hero 9 hit the market around about a month ago. It's a pretty bloody good action camera. I've used it a fair bit already for low light photography and also some low light video. And if you're into that sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Those videos are coming out from memory in the next couple of weeks. But what I'll say about this is that if you got it for vlogging, and it's pretty clear they marketed this to vloggers, if you bought this for vlogging or you're thinking about buying this for vlogging, watch this video. You may not want to buy it. G'day guys, Shane here. If you're into mobile photography or small lens photography, this is probably a channel for you. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon so you see what I'm doing every week. I'll put out 2 videos every week. Everything that I talk about is listed in the description below. So, this GoPro Hero 9. It's clearly targeted at vloggers. So why is it targeted at vloggers? It's this little screen on the front here. Finally, with a GoPro, without any other modifications, no media mods, no display mods, things like that, you can actually compose that photo, or compose that vlog so that you can see things in the background and you know what's happening straight away just with this camera. That's pretty cool. And it's pretty bloody clear this is targeted at vloggers. So for me personally, I get out on the motorbike a fair bit, and anyone who rides a bike or anyone who's traveling by means where you cannot take lots of gear, I look for cameras that are small, things that I can take on my journey, on my adventures, and when I get there I don't need to unpack half the bike to actually pull out some of the gear that I want to use to shoot a vlog and show you guys how to do something. So when this came to the market, I was pretty bloody impressed with what it could do straight out of the box. What I would normally use for all my vlogging stuff is actually the GoPro Hero 8 on a Joby tripod with Ulanzi steel cage case with the GoPro adapter jack for the microphone and a little Lytra light. The microphone that I use for this is actually the one that I'm using right now. It's sitting on top of the camera that I'm talking to you on now. It's a lapel mic and it works pretty bloody well. The only downside of using this is that you can't compose the photo. So as you're taking a vlog and you want to point something out behind you, you don't know it's there. Unless you use a the wide lens setting on the GoPro Hero 8. The reason that I use this cage is that the GoPro Hero 8, for whatever reason, it didn't come out with that lens that you could take off. So if you got that lens scratched, your GoPro was screwed. You had to throw it in the bin basically. So with the Ulanzi cage, you can put a, 62mm I think it is, 52mm lens cover on that, and it keeps it nice and secure when I store it in all of the luggage that's on the motorbike. So when the GoPro Hero 9 came out, I was really impressed that I could compose vlogs with that front screen. It works pretty bloody well. You know what it doesn't do though? It doesn't work with this. This does not work with this. Interestingly enough, when this first came out, if you didn't upgrade the software on this straight away, you know what? This worked with this. And you could put it into a cage made by these. Well, the cage isn't out yet. It's out in the next couple of days, hopefully. So why on earth did this get configured to not work with this? Who really knows why it doesn't work with it? It might be an oversight. It might be that they upgraded the firmware to fix another problem, and this happens in many companies with many pieces of kit. You bring out a new piece of firmware to fix a bug or to fix a problem that you had, and inadvertently you turn something else off. So we can only hope that GoPro in a future release of the firmware fixes that. A little part of me though thinks that, well, GoPro makes accessories for the GoPro 9 and the GoPro Hero 8 and so forth and so on, all the way back. They're really good with accessories, and they do really well with accessories. All the mounts, you can mount them to cars and helicopters and blah, 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 blah. You mount them to pretty much bloody anything. But in the GoPro Hero 8, they came out with this media mod, and the media mod was a cage that would go around the GoPro Hero 8, and it had a little microphone, so you didn't need to actually use this. You could just plug your 3.5mm microphone jack straight into that media mod, The downside is that that media mod was over $100, and it was plastic. It fit really snug with the camera. It scratched up the camera a little bit. This one here, it's metal. I've dropped that sucker a few times on rocks up at Mount Hope in other videos that I've done. And the GoPro Hero 8 survives it just fine as long as it's in this cage. So obviously when the GoPro Hero 9 came out, I thought I'm going to get the same setup that I've got there right now. It works perfectly for vlogging, but it doesn't work with this bloody thing. So I thought, well, sod it, I'll go onto the GoPro website and I'll succumb and I'll buy one of these bloody media mods. It's out of stock. Everything's out of bloody stock. So what can we do? Well, there's a couple of options that we've got here. One, we kind of sit here and hope and pray that they're going to fix this software. I dare say they will fix the software, mainly because they're no longer the Lone Ranger in the action cam space. You've got lots of options now that are going to compete with this little sucker right here. Lots of options. So GoPro, if they haven't sorted this out, I dare say other manufacturers are going to be increasing in stock. So what can you do about this? Well, you can just mount this directly onto your Joby tripod. It'll work just fine. It's got a microphone on the front here, and the software that's in this, it actually has some reasonably good wind reduction, and it also has raw recording of the sound. So you can get reasonable sound out of this. You're not going to get nearly as good a sound as what you do out of a lav mic if you're a vlogger. So if I was you and I was buying this specifically for vlogging and only for vlogging, because it does do it pretty well, I would wait. And I'd keep an eye on the forums and wait and see if GoPro actually do come out with firmware to update this and fix this problem. So what options do you have? If you want an action camera as a vlogging camera, well, this does some really cool features, lots and lots of cool features. The stuff that this can do is pretty bloody impressive. But if you're only buying it for vlogging, at this stage, I would be buying the DJI Osmo. Get yourself an adapter on that because they exist. It's got the front-facing camera on it, and you can vlog until your heart's content. And you can even see what you're doing right now without waiting for firmware. GoPro, hurry up. See you guys next week.